Do it. Them guys don't understand. They do that on the club level fight. Opponents, because they say, yo, I don't want to get knocked out by this guy, so I'm going to come in heavy. They're going to need to fight because they got to take the fight because they can have to get the numbers. That's what they do on the lower end. But then they flipping the strip and doing it on the high end. You know what I'm saying? So that practice, you will start seeing that a lot there. But how we doing it there?
Tank does that, to get an eyebrow out of people. Like, you know how the rock, when he put the eyebrow up, they dig it. It's just like
Gervonta Tank Davis is in trouble, and the man who guided him to greatness, Calvin Ford, doesn't believe he's ready for a rematch with Lamont Roach. That should be a major red flag. Ford has been by Tank's side since childhood, shaping him into a feared knockout artist. But now, he's no longer in Tank's corner and the cracks in Davis' game are starting to show. Without Ford's guidance, Tank's dominance may be in jeopardy.
Something is definitely going on between Calvin Ford and Gervonta Davis. Now, we all seen that knockdown in the 9th round, but what you probably didn't see is what happened after that in between rounds. Check this out. Coach Barry Hunter trained Tank for this fight with Lamont Roach, not Calvin Ford. A lot of people were saying that this performance has something to do with that. So, is something really going on between Calvin Ford and Tank Davis? Check out what Tank had to say.
No, I wasn't really paying attention to the crowd. You know what I mean? I was more so. It's something we gotta work on in the corner, for sure.
The moment Ford stepped away, Tank struggled, got exposed, and barely escaped with a draw against Roach. A draw that, let's be real, was generous. Most people, including boxing legends and analysts, saw Roach as the true winner. Now, with the rematch looming, Ford is breaking his silence, revealing why Tank might not be ready. And it has nothing to do with training. This goes beyond boxing. There's a clear shift in Tank and Ford's relationship, and it's starting to feel like real tension is brewing. Ford wasn't just a trainer, he was a father figure who took Tank from nothing, molded him into a star, and guided him through every high and low. Now, that bond seems fractured.
Let me explain something to you. Tank don't look at me as coach, look at me as dad. Do it look like his son going to take your dad? I don't even feel right. Y'all hear this time? Tank don't pay his coach. Tank gives me anything I want. Right. But I'm a man at the end of the day. And I'm a hustler. Right. Second and foremost, I came from that club. You understand? He watched me lose my house, my wife, my family. He watched me do it. It's bigger than boxing. Right. Boxing is just a web.
For the first time ever, Ford is no longer by Tank's side. Why? According to sources, Tank's behavior outside the ring played a major role. His history of legal troubles is well known, but it seems his recent attitude toward boxing was the final straw that pushed Ford away.
Well, let me ask you this. I was just talking to her. What if she told me that you beat the piss out of her and you jumped on top of her and started punching her in the face? Should I just go ahead and take that as...
but don't you know... It's your side of the story. Give your side.
Talking to her, though. Yes. With the information that she didn't actually tell you, you want me to just take everything she says? Okay, but you want me to just take everything she says as fact?
I'm not from here. I don't know her exact address.
Okay, that's fine. What I'm saying. I'm not asking for her exact address. She's saying you hit her. She does have a mark on her lips, and it's under. Did she hit you? Turn around. That's what you're talking about. What's his first name? Gervonta.
Tank has been talking about retirement, calling boxing boring, and saying he doesn't want to fight anymore. How do you train a fighter who doesn't even want to be in the ring? But that's not all. Word is, Tank was caught smoking during camp, and that was Ford's breaking point. Having been through the streets himself, Ford knew Tank wasn't focused. That's why he had to step away. Think about it. Ford dedicated his life to making Tank a world-class fighter, only for him to show up to camp not taking things seriously. The two had a massive argument, and just like that, Ford walked away.
It's been to the streets. I know you ain't focused. And tighten up.
That's why I got everybody out of there. That's why I got everybody out of there.
You better tighten up.
Tank tried to play it off, claiming Ford left for personal reasons. But let's be real. Ford has been by his side for decades. He wouldn't just walk away over something personal unless there was a much bigger issue.
Gervonta Tank Davis got the entire boxing world in a frenzy right now. People don't know what to do. He dropping workout videos. He only weighed 139 pounds, 2 months out from the fight. Motherfuckers like, yo, it's over. Tank Davis is in shape. He gonna kill Lamont Roach. Oh shit, he might get suspended because he's smoking on the weed. Niggas don't know what to do right now, bro. And it's funny to watch. Let me tell you something, man, about the little weed video or whatever. Number one, we don't know what was in the joint. Could be weed, could be tobacco, could be something else. Number two, you don't know when the video was taken, so that could have been months ago. And number three, whatever it was, that shit probably got out of his system in 2.2 seconds because that man didn't hit shit. He puffed on that shit and started breathing out immediately, bro. My real weed smoker. That's why the smoke was so white, bro. When you actually hit that shit and breathe it in and get it in your lungs to actually get high, the smoke don't come out that way. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I think this shit funny.
There's much more to the story. From the way Ford is now questioning Tank's readiness for the rematch, it's clear he's lost faith in him. And we all know how much Tank truly values Ford's opinion.
He's going to have Calvin in his corner, so I think he will have Kenny, but he's not going to have Calvin. I think that's probably going to be like an advantage for you since he's going to have somebody in his corner, if I'm not mistaken.
More than likely. I think that's a little weird. You know what I'm saying? Be with your trainer, your lifetime, your career trainer, and to to not have him as your head trainer in the corner.
Ford might be right. Tank's rematch with Roach is a bad idea. People praise Tank's power and knockout ability, but Roach exposed a major weakness. He can handle Tank's punches. That changes everything. If Roach absorbs the power again, Tank's biggest advantage disappears.
Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Everybody had a clue. I mean, what?
Tank, question for you. Father.
That makes the rematch risky. Tank can't knock Roach out. What other skills can he rely on to win?
How do you assess his power after being in there for 12?
He got decent power. He got decent power for sure. I ain't gonna say it's exaggerated. I told you I got a chin. I ain't going like that. It's just not gonna happen. But like I said, I see why he knocked people out, and I think he felt my power too. Like, I think that's what negated a lot of his shots. And once I took his best shot, I was like, oh yeah, it's time to roll. Like I said, I knew I had a chin. I mean, I spar guys that were like junior middleweights, like current champions that was at that weight. So I know I can take a punch. He's twitchy in there. Like, I do see why he knocked people out. I mean, like, being up close and personal, obviously I seen it on the TV like that, but I understand why he knocked people out. I'm not going to tell y'all because y'all going to.
Ford pointed this out while analyzing the fight. Instead of making excuses, he was brutally honest. He said Tank simply forgot how to box. That's a devastating statement from the man who built him up. Ford isn't blaming the ref, Tank's corner, or Roach's style. He's blaming Tank himself. That's got to sting.
See, that's how I train. I feel like one of my strong points is exchanging in the pocket. I have a very good eye, very good defense. I'm able to counter and return shots, and I think that's what I did very well. And honestly, I landed some of the bigger shots.
Let's not forget the 9th round, the moment everyone is talking about. The moment that should have sealed Roach's victory and changed the fight's outcome.
I could have stopped him. It's me. Definitely my fault. It's all right. You know what I mean? You live and you learn. I definitely could have. That was on me too. That was on me for sure. Cause I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up, and I could have definitely did more. Just a lot going on. But again, it was myself, you know. But gotta go to the gym and, you know, get back to the drawing board and, you know, train a little harder.
Tank took a knee, plain and simple. The ref missed it, and the fight continued, but now the Boxing Commission is reviewing the bout. If they overturn the decision, Tank's record takes a huge hit. His undefeated streak would be gone, his reputation shattered, and Roach would be crowned the new champion.
Davis took off some little steam in a punch, but still, Roach laid with right into the ring. He took a knee. What was he doing? He forgot his... It's gotta be So he's got a count.
If that happens, the rematch won't just be about revenge. It'll be about Tank fighting to reclaim what was officially taken from him.
Hopefully the commission gets this right. It was a bummer not being declared the winner on a technicality that could be righted. That wrong could be righted. Obviously, in different ways, in different facets.
The worst part, Roach now knows he can beat Tank. He's taken Tank's best punches and survived. He also knows Tank struggles when his power alone isn't enough to win.
Already signed. My first contract is signed for an immediate rematch in the case of a draw or if I win. So I'm already contractually signed to a rematch. It's on him. I hope we can get it done because I want to show the world again that.
So the rematch, Roach won't be the underdog. He'll be the fighter who already proved he can beat Tank and withstand his best shots.
Clearly in there, man. I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate True Boxing Media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won, and I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to dance again.
It's a dangerous mindset for an opponent, especially when Tank's mental game already seems shaky.
You've now shown the world the formula to how to beat Tank Davis. Maybe not. I mean, I'm me. You know, I don't think a lot of guys possess the same skills that I have. If they go in there and try to fight like me, they might not succeed.
Here's where things get even worse for Tank. He's no longer surrounded by the same people who helped him reach the top. When the fight gets tough, who will be in his corner with the right advice? Who will guide him through adversity? Not Floyd. Not Calvin. He's on his own now.